Almost all of the unlikely seeming beauty treatments the queen undergoes in the movie are actually real treatments. You can get spas all over the world. The only fake treatment shown is the bee sting to the lips to help plump them up, although lip plumpers usually contain botanical or chemical irritants. So I want to give a shout out to one of my viewers, Henry Mockingbird, for the suggestion. I really enjoyed this movie a lot more than I thought it would, so thank you for this great suggestion. There's a lot of good things going on in this movie that I want to talk about. There's only one big thing that I didn't like, but I will save that for the end of the review. First thing I liked about this movie was the beautiful locations and the costume designs. I'm not sure where this movie was filmed. I'm sure a lot of it was CG work, but even still, the locations that were chosen were extraordinarily beautiful. The shots in the movie to make the castle just stand out and give you that strong fantasy vibe was superb. The costumes in this movie were beautiful, extravagant. The costume designer, the late Aiko Ishioka, actually won an award for her costume designs. She sadly passed away before this movie came out in 2012. One of my favorite costume designs in the movie was actually Snow White's. It blew my mind in terms of expectations when it came to costume designs. I don't really pay that much attention to costumes unless it's something worth mentioning. And these costumes were just so well designed throughout the entire movie that you couldn't help but stop and stare and just be in awe of the beauty and the craftsmanship that went into them. Second thing I really love about this movie is Julia Roberts was a really great bad guy. I've never seen her play a bad guy before. It's a very different take on the Evil Queen than I'm used to. But she did it so incredibly well. I'd say it was a mix of just snarky, rude comments mixed with some sarcasm and just plain jealousy and hatred. I would love to see Julia Roberts play the villain in more stuff. If you know any other villain roles that Julia Roberts has ever played in, let me know in the comments because I am actually genuinely curious. Then the thing I really loved about this movie that I did not see coming was the comedic aspect of this movie. I mean, I was cracking up tons of times in this movie. I just didn't expect all these funny, witty banters back and forth between the prince and the queen, and then the queen and one of her servants, Brighton. It was a lot funnier than I expected it to be. My biggest issue with this movie is at times it really didn't even feel like the Snow White story. One scene they took from Cinderella, and all the other versions of Snow White, there was never a ball. The evil queen wasn't going after the prince to marry him. A lot of pulling away from the originals, and they did it way too much where I could tell you how the movie was going to end. I don't mind creativity, I don't mind a change here and there. It wasn't even close to the Snow White story that I absolutely love. I've seen tons of different versions of Snow White. This movie unfortunately failed when it came to the direction the director chose to go and kind of just abandoning the classic Snow White tale and trying to go for his own. But overall, this was a surprisingly good movie, surprisingly fun movie. So if you've never seen Mirror Mirror, I highly recommend check it out as soon as you possibly can. It's on HBO Max. I'm not sure if it's on any other streaming services, maybe Netflix. It's one of those movies that catches you by surprise, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. So for Mirror Mirror, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10 Mudflaps. And remember, leave me a thumbs up and drop in the comments below, what is your favorite fairy tale? See you next time.